The last train to Marbridge. The train was already moving when Daniel jumped inside. He landed hard on the floor, his suitcase flying out of his hand. People looked up, some frowned. One old man helped him up. Careful, the old man said. This isn't the city. We don't rush here. Daniel gave a small smile. Sorry, I had to catch it. He picked up his suitcase and found an empty seat near the back. The train was old, the windows were scratched, and the seats were covered in green fabric that smelled like dust and time. Outside, the countryside moved slowly. Yellow fields, small hills, empty roads. He checked his watch. 6:47 p.m. Right on time. Marbridge was 2 hours away. The town was small, quiet, and full of secrets. His mother had called last night and said, "Your uncle is gone. Come home. There is something I need to show you." That was all. Daniel stared out the window. The name Uncle Leo brought 100 memories back. The old bookstore, the attic, the locked box. That strange rule, never go into the back room. When he was 10, he had tried. Leo caught him and said only one thing. Not yet. But what did yet mean? Now Uncle Leo was gone. Daniel didn't even know how. His mother hadn't explained. He wanted to ask questions, but she had already hung up. A man sat down across from him. Tall, thin, with silver hair and a long black coat. He held a leather briefcase and looked at Daniel with sharp blue eyes. "Going to Marbridge?" the man asked. Daniel nodded. "Yes, you?" The man smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. "I go where I'm needed." Daniel didn't like the sound of that. He opened the book and pretended to read. The man didn't speak again. The train stopped once, then twice. More fields, more hills, more clouds. The tension in Daniel's chest grew. What did his mother mean? What was she going to show him? At 8:43 p.m., the train stopped at Marbridge station. Daniel stepped off. The air smelled like rain and smoke. His mother stood near the bench, wearing a gray coat and holding a red umbrella. Her hair was shorter than he remembered. Her eyes looked tired. "Hi, Mom," Daniel said. She hugged him tight. "Come," she said. "We don't have much time." Time for what? But she was already walking toward the car. The drive to the house was silent. When they arrived, nothing had changed. Same stone walls, same heavy wooden door. The bookstore was still on the ground floor, with a small light in the window. His mother opened the door. "Don't touch anything yet. Just come upstairs." Daniel followed her. She walked into Uncle Leo's room. Everything was neat, almost meticulous. Books on every shelf, a map of the world on the wall, a glass bottle with black sand inside. But the thing that caught Daniel's eye was the wooden box on the table, the same one from the attic, the one that was already locked. "It's open now," his mother said quietly. "He left it for you." Daniel stepped forward. The box had no lock anymore. The top was carved with the letters DFW, his initials. He opened it slowly. Inside was a key, old and silver, shaped like a tree. Next to it, a letter. He picked it up and read, "Daniel, if you are reading this, then I'm gone. It's time for you to know the truth. Use the key. Open the back room. What you find there is yours to finish. Leo." Daniel looked up. What does this mean? His mother's face was pale. "I don't know everything, but your uncle always said you were the only one who could understand it." The one to understand what? She pointed downstairs, the back room. You remember the rule? Daniel nodded. His heart beat faster. Curiosity and fear mixed in his stomach. He took the key and walked downstairs. The bookstore was quiet. Dust hung in the air like smoke. The back room was at the end of the narrow hallway. The door was the only one without a label. He stood in the front of it, then put the key in. Click. The door opened. Daniel stepped inside. The room was nothing like the rest of the bookstore. It was bigger, round, with stone walls and no windows. In the center stood a large table, and on it a map. But not a map of any country Daniel knew. It showed rivers made of light, floating cities, and mountains that moved. Tiny notes covered the edges. They cross at dawn. This gate only opens in winter. Protect the name. Daniel stared. This wasn't a fantasy. This was something his uncle had been working on for years. A real map of something else. Another world. A hidden place. He saw journals stacked neatly. Sketches of symbols. Drawings of strange creatures. One page was left open. It showed a small door in the forest and the words, "The entrance is near the old train tunnel. Ask the keeper." Daniel stepped back. The tension was gone. In its place stood purpose. This was why his uncle always told him stories. Why he had been so strict. He had been preparing him. Daniel turned to leave, but the man from the train stood in the doorway. "You found it," the man said. Daniel froze. "What are you doing here?" The man stepped in, his coat brushing the door frame. "Your uncle and I worked for many years. He told me if he ever disappeared, I should find you." Daniel narrowed his eyes. "Why?" The man smiled. "Because now the map belongs to you, and it needs to be finished." "Finished? What is it?" "A guide, a key, a warning." The man's voice grew serious. "There are doors in this world. Some should stay closed. Others must be opened." Daniel looked back at the map. His fingers touched the rivers of light. "Will you help me?" he asked. The man gave a small bow. "That's what I'm here." Daniel felt the weight of something new settle on his shoulders. Not fear, not confusion, but responsibility. He looked again at the map. "I'll need time," he said. "You have it," the man said. And in the quiet of the strange room, Daniel knew his life had changed. Forever. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and drop a nice comment. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.